My child, please stop for just a moment and listen with your heart. The universe has actually paused your timeline in this exact second because you are standing at a sensitive turning point. Stay with me until the very end, because what I am about to download into your spirit is the difference between repeating a painful cycle and stepping into the door that finally fits. Do not skip. Do not disconnect. Something huge is waiting for you, and scrolling away now would be like hanging up the phone the moment heaven answers your call. Hear me, what you called delay, I called rescue. You saw time dragging, I saw a trap tightening. You saw a door that looked good on the outside. I saw hidden costs on the inside that would have drained you of peace, purpose, and the very joy you were chasing. The angels intervened, not to taunt your hope, but to tether it to what is real, what is clean, what is configured to your true assignment. I did not deny you. I protected you. I did not forget you. I fortified you. I know the ache you carried, the confusion floating like fog in your chest, the self-blame whispering, maybe I wasn't enough, the quiet grief of almost and not yet, the texts that faded, the plans that unraveled, the doors that clicked shut just when you were certain this was it. My precious soul, none of that was proof of your smallness. It was proof of my shielding. You were not passed over. You were passed around the pit you could not see. Stay with me until the very end, because something huge is waiting for you. And if you step away now, you will miss the precise line where rescue becomes release. This is not random content. This is a live transmission. You have reached a volatile point in your spiritual timeline, and to disconnect here would be like tearing up a winning lottery ticket at the counter. Peace is trying to land. Clarity is arriving on the runway of your attention. Now hear the reversal. The divine timer has switched. Arrived means the window is open now. What was blocked is now being permitted. The season that held you in waiting has completed its assignment, and the gate that refused you last month will recognize your frequency this time. This very message is part of the alignment. By receiving it, you recalibrate to the timing that has already said yes over you. Feel how something unknots inside as you read this. That is not hype. It is heaven shifting your interior to match what is scheduled. Breathe. Put your hand over your heart and acknowledge the rescue. Say within yourself, I release the shame of delay. I receive the wisdom of protection. I am sealing this. You are not behind. You are aligned. The confusion is lifting. Relief is rising. Expectancy is being made holy in you. Stay discerning. Stay responsive. Stay ready to receive. Because from this moment forward, your delay stands revealed as deliverance, and your turning point has begun. My child, lean closer. Stay with me until the very end, because I am about to show you what I interrupted, and seeing it will free you from the last thread of regret. Hear me clearly. It did not happen then because the door you wanted was wired to a trap you could not see. It was not a no to your heart's desire. It was a no to the hidden mechanism that would have locked you into a counterfeit season. I shut it because you are chosen, not because you were lacking. The angels saw what your tears could not. Fine print that would bill your spirit later, a smiling invitation with a cost that your future could not afford. What looked like favor was timed like a snare. Too soon is a kind of sabotage, and I would not let you be celebrated on a scaffolding that could not hold your weight. The wrong people were waiting behind that pretty threshold, with compliments for your public and quiet erosion for your private. The environment was glossy but airless, all spotlight and no oxygen. It offered success without stability, love without safety, opportunity without covering, a feast that would leave you dizzy and dehydrated. The applause you begged to hear in that moment would have become the noise that drowned out your discernment. Like stepping onto a beautiful bridge with missing planks, One more step in that direction, and you would have fallen through in a way you'd still be climbing out of. Understand the danger of too soon. The right dream at the wrong time crushes. The version of you that stood at that door still negotiated with red flags, still tried to earn what was supposed to recognize you, still mistook adrenaline for peace. If I had allowed it, you would have paid in sleep, in boundaries, in reputation, in the quiet center where I speak to you. The thing you pleaded for would have broken the very hands meant to hold it. And hear this with sober joy. Forces that do not want you to discover your real path sent substitutes to drain your time. They arrived as near misses, as good on paper, as chemistry without covenant, as offers that exploded your calendar but starved your soul. Counterfeits copy the glow while emptying the core. They scramble the codes, numbers, names, coincidences, just enough to keep you chasing shadows. I threw sand in those gears. I hardened those doors. I let the call drop. Not to tease you, but to cut the line that would have towed you into another year of almost. I did not block you because you were unworthy. I blocked you because you wear my seal. Your union, your assignment, your elevation are already approved in heaven, and I refuse to let a decoy sign your appointment. The universe paused your timeline like a hand on your shoulder at the curb, keeping you from stepping into traffic that looked like open road. You were not passed over, you were passed around the pit. Now breathe and let relief replace the ache. The delay was never empty time, it was training time. While the wrong doors jammed, I was rebuilding your frequency and sharpening your discernment so you could recognize the real thing without confusion. Stay with me until the very end, because next I will expose what I built in you and why the same door that once endangered you will not tempt you now. My child, lean in and do not drift, because this is the part that heals the why and arms you for the now. In the quiet months where you thought nothing was moving, I was rebuilding your frequency. I was recalibrating what your heart calls safety, resetting what your spirit calls yes, and teaching your body to recognize peace instead of adrenaline. Stay with me until the very end, because understanding this inner architecture is how you will keep what is coming instead of watching it slip through fingers still shaped by old habits. Hear me. The delay was the operating room of your soul. I changed your appetites. I upgraded your boundaries from polite fences to holy gates. I separated tolerance from love and told your nervous system the truth it forgot, that chaos is not chemistry and intensity is not intimacy. I rinsed the people-pleasing from your yes until it rang like a clear bell instead of a bargaining chip. Your standards were not punishment, they were healing, the scaffolding under a life I refused to let collapse again. In that download season, every heartbreak you carried was translated into wisdom line by line. Loneliness became clarity. You learned the sound of your own spirit again without the crowding voices that kept you seeking permission to be who you already are. Confusion softened into a sensitivity you used to call overthinking, but now recognize as discernment, the gentle nudge that says, "This is clean," or "This is counterfeit," before words are even exchanged. I tuned you to peace so precisely that panic now sounds off-key to you. This is why you feel different walking into rooms you once begged to be invited into. The frequency has shifted, and you are no longer willing to pay with your peace to buy a seat. Do you see it? Pain had a purpose. It separated you from what you tolerated when you were trying to survive, and it aligned you with what you are truly called to receive now that you are ready to live. The tears washed off the disguise of almost. The empty calendar cleared the interference so you could hear me name your non-negotiables. The silence you resented became the sanctuary where I inscribed your new defaults: respect before access, honesty before momentum, covering before exposure. I pried your worth out of outcomes and put it back where it belongs, in my voice over you. There is an identity shift I am sealing in you now. You are not the one who chases. You are the one who recognizes. You are not the one who auditions. You are the one who is discerned. The version of you that settled for sparks without structure has retired. The new you reads atmospheres, not just smiles. The new you feels the weight of character, not just the pull of chemistry. The new you doesn't confuse confusion for mystery. You wait for the proof of peace. This is what it means that your yes is clean and powerful. You do not say it to be chosen. You say it because you have chosen alignment. And because your interior is set, I can move the exterior without it toppling you. This is why the timer could flip. This is why arrived matters now. With your frequency rebuilt and your discernment sharpened, the outer pieces can slide into place at a speed that would have spooked the former you. Stay with me until the end, because next I will show you how timing shifts when alignment is complete, and how the window that once resisted you now recognizes you as the one it was made to open for. My child, listen closely and do not drift. This is the pivot. The divine timer has switched. The universe did not forget you. It paused your timeline to protect you, and now I have pressed resume. Feel it in your chest. The pressure that once pushed against you is releasing, and what kept slipping from your hands is turning toward you. Arrived means the window is open now. Arrived means the door that once measured you and said, "Not yet," now recognizes your alignment and swings because it sees what I have sealed in you. Stay with me until the very end, because something huge is waiting for you in this window, and to wander now would be like closing your eyes just as the sun breaks the horizon. Hear me define this clearly so you don't confuse a mood with a moment. Arrived is not just desire returning, it is alignment returning. It is peace standing up in you first, then clarity taking your hand, then courage stepping with you, and then momentum gathering under your feet like a moving walkway. Arrived feels like calm readiness, like your mind no longer arguing with your spirit, like your yes sounding clean and your no landing without apology. It looks like strength to wait for what is right and swiftness to move when the right thing appears. It sounds like quiet in your nervous system, even as opportunities increase. This is the signature of the season, peace before progress and progress that protects your peace. Now lean into the micro deadline I am setting for you, because timing is a tool in my hand. There is a narrow but generous window opening now. Watch how the next 72 hours bring a noticeable lightness, a conversation that feels guided, a detail clicking into place that stalled for months. In the next 48 hours, expect a message, a nudge, or an introduction that shortens a distance you assumed would take all year. Within 24 hours, there will be a confirmation kiss on the wind, something small but undeniable that settles you deeper into yes, a number that keeps repeating, a name surfacing where you wouldn't expect it, a lyric that speaks with surgical precision. Do not dismiss these as random. This is how momentum announces itself when heaven leads. But hear this sober warning at the threshold. A new season does not cancel old patterns unless you refuse them. Fear will dress itself as logic at the doorway. Scarcity will whisper, "Take anything quick before the window closes," while impatience will disguise itself as bravery. My child, do not negotiate with red flags you already buried. Do not text what I exiled. Do not reopen a door I sealed just to see if it still swings. You are not late, you are aligned. If you panic, you recreate delay in a season designed for acceleration. Choose from peace, not pressure. Choose from discernment, not dread. When you're inside, stay quiet. The outside opens without chaos. You will ask, how will I know this is truly the time? not by a loud announcement or a sky split with fireworks, but by a trail that refuses to fade the closer you walk. The proof will be layered. Numbers, names, songs, and serene repetitions braided with an ease that surprises you. Stay with me until the very end, because next I will reveal how to read the codes I am already placing in your path, so you move with confidence and do not miss what is opening for you now. My child, lean in and do not drift, because I am about to trace the confirmation trail I am already laying at your feet. Hear me. I do not confirm through frantic logic that argues you into exhaustion. I confirm through repetition that quietly insists until your spirit nods, yes. My signs follow you. You do not have to chase them like falling leaves in the wind. Stay with me until the very end, because something huge is waiting for you, and learning this pattern is how you stay on the path where it lands. Watch how the codes repeat. A number pattern will begin to answer you. On a receipt, on a clock, in an address, on a page total, appearing not once to tease you, but again and again until coincidence runs out of breath. A phrase you did not know you needed will surface from a stranger's conversation behind you, then again in a message, then again as a caption you were not looking for. A song lyric will find you in different places, the ride, the store, the shuffle, not to stir nostalgia, but to name exactly what I am aligning. Initials will gather like breadcrumbs, on a coffee cup, a delivery label, a meeting agenda, even carved into an old bench you pass because you took a different route. A place name will keep circling, a city or street you never considered that keeps tapping your attention across maps, headlines, and invitations. In your sleep, a dream will come with unusual clarity, colors you can still see when you wake, a location that feels familiar though you've never been, a name that lands with weight rather than blur. Here is how you will know the difference between noise and navigation. Peace is part of the code. True signs settle you, your breath slows, your shoulders drop. Your mind does not need to wrestle it into meaning. The meaning arrives like a key, sliding into a lock it was cut to fit. Counterfeit signs make you scramble. They spike your heart rate, shove timelines, demand that you hurry or you'll miss it. If it agitates you, it is not from me. If it strengthens you, if it quiets you while still moving you forward, that is my fingerprint. Do not force a pattern just because you wish it to be so. Let discernment filter anxiety. You are not auditioning for destiny, you are recognizing it. Practice holy observation. Write down what repeats. Notice convergence when a number, a name, and a lyric weave together within a short span. I am not playing hide and seek. I am braiding witnesses. If you must contort your heart to make it fit, release it. If the sign follows you into your normal, if it greets you when you are not hunting, receive it. Remember, this is navigation, not entertainment. I do not send you confetti. I send you coordinates. Stay with me until the very end, because I must warn you, just before the right door opens, distractions and counterfeits shout the loudest, imitating my trail with panic and pressure. Your peace will protect you. Your discernment will keep you from repeating the cycle. And now that you can read the codes, I will show you how to walk past the noise and not miss your moment. My child, stay with me until the very end, because this is the part where many lose what was already reaching for them. Hear me. When a blessing is close, distractions intensify. Old numbers light up your phone. Old temptations glow in familiar colors. Old doubts find a megaphone and try to narrate your steps. The closer you get to the door that fits, the louder the hallway becomes. The angels are urgently warning. Do not mistake noise for direction, and do not confuse nostalgia for confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you, and scrolling away now would be like walking away from the final instruction as the gate agent calls your name. Understand the pattern. Counterfeits do not arrive looking evil, they arrive looking easy. They offer quick comfort with the same script that kept you stuck. Promises with no plans, connection with no covering, words that swell your emotions and starve your discernment. A familiar connection reappears, saying, "I've changed," but demands you lower your standards to prove you believe. An opportunity arrives with glittering speed, but can't answer basic questions without introducing pressure. Fear whispers, "Say yes fast or you'll miss the window," as if my favor were a vanishing coupon. Do not bow to a clock I did not set. Here is their strategy. They copy the language of destiny while pulling you back into the cycle you cried to escape. They borrow holy words, alignment, timing, meant to be, but their fruit is the same: confusion after the high, anxiety in your belly, boundaries that become negotiable when you're tired. They offer relief, not restoration. They soothe your abandonment wound for a night and invoice your future in the morning. If the comfort requires you to betray yourself, it is not comfort, it is captivity with better lighting. Test every connection with the tools I rebuilt in you. Ask it to pass through 3 gates: clarity, consistency, and peace. Clarity answers honest questions without fog or deflection. Consistency does on Tuesday what it promised on Sunday, without you chasing it into being. Peace is the quiet center that remains even when logistics are moving, a steady warmth, not a frantic heat. If instead you feel confusion you must explain away, urgency that punishes your pause, or the subtle demand that you dim your truth to keep someone's attention, that is self-betrayal knocking in costume. Do not open, my precious soul. Do not miss this window. To disconnect from this warning right now would be like closing your eyes as the final coordinates load on your screen. Within the next 48 hours, an echo from your past may ping you. Within the next 24, an offer might arrive with a timer attached. Breathe. Remember, protection is not only what I block, it is what I teach you to refuse. Saying no to the wrong thing is how you say yes to the right time. Hold your line with peace, not defensiveness. Anchor your boundaries without apology. Stay responsive to me, not reactive to pressure. Remain with me, because now that you can spot the decoy in a crowd, I am about to show you the small, holy actions that signal to heaven, I can handle it now, and cause the right door to open without strain. My child, stay with me until the very end, because this is where alignment becomes action and action becomes acceleration. Hear me. Readiness is not a frantic sprint. It is a settled posture that tells heaven, my frequency is steady, my boundaries are blessed, my decisions are clean. You do not hustle for what I have already scheduled. You align. Your posture is the signal. Your choices are the beacon. Your boundaries are the gate. And when that signal is consistent, the divine timeline stops circling and starts advancing. Begin with the simplest obedience. Clean up unresolved ties. Close open loops with honor, not with drama. Delete the threads that keep you rehearsing old pain. Archive the photos that pull you into wishful history. Release the souvenirs of almost, a hoodie, a playlist, a box of letters that keep your nervous system tethered to what I already exiled. If a practical message of closure is truly needed, speak it once with clarity and kindness, then step back. You are not obligated to curate anyone's healing by re-entering the cycle you cried to leave. Forgive debts you've been trying to collect emotionally, unpaid apologies, unreturned explanations, and let me balance those books. Cleaning ties clears interference. Next, stop monitoring what hurt you. Unfollow what fractures your peace. Mute the accounts that stir your scarcity. Disable notifications from places that spike your adrenaline and call it excitement. You cannot build a new chapter with your eyes fixed on the last page. Every time you check their status, you check out of your own. Protect your gaze. It is a gate into your spirit. Create space for what is new. Make a drawer for arrival. Clear a section of your calendar each week and label it assignment and joy, so your life has room to receive. Prepare your environment the way you would before a guest of honor comes over. Order your finances with honesty. Tidy the corners that tell the story of waiting. Refresh your surroundings with the scent and sound of peace. Space is not emptiness, it is invitation. Restore daily spiritual focus. Give me your first minutes. Before the world speaks, let me set your interior weather. Breathe slowly, hand over heart, and ask, what is today's yes? What is today's no? Read what calms your spirit, not what agitates your opinions. Practice 3 quiet agreements each morning. I choose peace. I choose truth. I choose timing. Consistency turns desire into discipline, and discipline into destiny. Now anchor this shift with a physical act that stamps it in your field. Put your hand over your heart and speak, then write it where you are, on paper, in a note, even in the comments as a public witness. I trust the protection. I am ready for the right time. I will not settle for a counterfeit. Do not hesitate. This simple obedience is not theater. It is an alignment marker. The angels are registering your yes. Heaven watches for small, steady signals and answers with movement. Expect acceleration when your signals stabilize. Watch how within the next 72 hours, unnecessary noise fades. In 48 hours, an aligned task you've avoided becomes easy. In 24, a calm confirmation reaches you without you chasing it. This is what readiness does. It changes what you attract and quickens what is already yours. You are not pulling outcomes by force. You are unlocking what recognizes your frequency. Stay with me, because now that your posture is set and your signal is clear, I am about to show you what arrives with the right time. Not just romance, but restoration, covering, and stability that builds instead of burns. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next reveal will name the bundle you are stepping into. My child, stay with me until the very end, because I am unfolding the bundle that travels with the right time. Hear me. This is not merely a relationship or a single open door. This is restoration braided through your life. When timing is clean and alignment is complete, I do not hand you a fragile moment. I entrust you with a system of peace that keeps producing. Something huge is waiting for you, and it looks like healing you can feel. Stability that does not shake when weather changes, and elevation that doesn't demand you abandon yourself to climb. Here is the peace signature, so you can recognize it without argument. The right connection does not make your insides sprint. Your breath deepens. Your shoulders drop without you telling them to. You do not rehearse what to say. Honesty arrives before performance can even get dressed. The conversation lands like water in a thirsty field. No spikes, no force, just saturation. Plans are clear without pressure. Boundaries are honored without negotiation. You feel safer in your truth, not scared you'll scare them away. Your body no longer confuses intensity with intimacy. It recognizes emotional safety as home. This is how protection feels after disappointment. A quiet center that remains even as momentum rises around you. Understand how this peace multiplies. Alignment releases energy you've been spending on survival. Focus sharpens because confusion has stopped billing you. Consistency becomes natural because you aren't managing drama. With the right covering beside you, ideas leave the notebook and find structure. Tasks stop leaking into tomorrow because you are not patching yesterday. This is why I say love is connected to prosperity. Not magic, not shortcuts, but stability that frees your mind to build. The right partner, the right team, the right door become a power couple alignment inside your assignment. They protect your time, honor your rhythm, and amplify your strengths. Calendars synchronize. Routines become ritual. Money responds to stewardship, and stewardship grows when your nervous system is not in a constant alarm. Receive this clean slate decree. What is arriving is not burdened by your past cycles. It does not make you pay old invoices you never owed. It is written for your future, no ledger of your mistakes, no quiet punishments disguised as humor, no tests to earn basic respect. You will not be managed by suspicion. You will be met by clarity. The new season refuses to drag the old chapter through its door. The record is wiped where it matters, not by pretending it never happened, but by proving you are new enough to hold what once would have slipped. Restoration will show up in simple ways first. Sleep will deepen. Laughter will return without an asterisk. Your appetite for joy will resurface where you thought numbness was permanent. Creative flow will unjam. Friendships will realign around health instead of shared pain. Your space will feel like a sanctuary again, not a storage unit for waiting. You will notice that decisions once heavy now move with a soft click because support, spiritual and practical, has taken its seat. This is stability that builds. Peace at the center, strength in the system, fruit on the branches. Stay with me, because now that you know what arrives, the healing, the stability, the elevation, I am about to show you how it arrives. It will not always trumpet its entrance. It will come quietly and then suddenly, through a message you didn't expect, a meeting you didn't plan, an unforced yes that opens what years of effort could not. Keep your spirit attentive, your window is open, and the path is already forming under your feet. My child, stay with me until the very end, because this is where the invisible becomes visible. Hear me. In my pattern, what lingers in delay often lands in suddenly. The seed sits under the soil for a long winter you think has no memory of spring, and then in a single warm day it splits, it pushes, it appears as if overnight, though the roots were weaving the entire time. Your timeline felt paused, but alignment was stitching beneath the surface. This is why you will see what took years to bud shift in a moment when the window opens, not with chaos, but with a quiet rightness that surprises you by how natural it feels. Expect movement to concentrate in a short window, not to scare you into sprinting, but to show you you're not fighting the current anymore. Watch the next 72 hours for momentum that chooses you. A reply, an introduction, a date landed, a yes you didn't have to wrestle. In 48 hours, anticipate a conversation that shortens a distance. Someone returns your call with unusual clarity. A colleague mentions a connection you needed. A plan locks in with ease. In 24 hours, a gentle certainty will greet you in the form of a message, a number, or a name that feels like a bell. No panic, just permission. Stay with me. Peace is your compass. Velocity is only the river proving it's flowing in your favor. Here is how it may approach you. A message arrives out of the blue, an email that reopens a door you had laid down, a text that carries the tone you prayed to hear, not performance but humility, not flattery but clarity. A reconnection may present itself, but notice the difference. The language has changed. The boundary is honored without bargaining. The apology arrives with amends, and you feel covered, not managed. Or the new will enter in the most ordinary lane. A grocery line hello that feels unforced. A barista who mentions an event that becomes a hinge. A neighbor who introduces you to someone while you are simply out walking. Alignment loves the mundane because it can hide a miracle in a Tuesday. Do not be surprised if a casual conversation becomes a corridor. Someone says your name in a room you are not in, and a door says yes to you because favor went ahead. A meeting reschedules and lands you in the same lobby as the exact person your assignment requires. An old application gets pulled from a stack and suddenly sits on the top without you knocking. A proposal you thought was buried is forwarded to the one decision-maker who can greenlight it. The unexpected yes will not demand you abandon yourself to receive it. It will honor the work I've done in you. This is how my suddenly feels. Not a rush that makes you lose your breath, but a settling that gives it back. Hear me very clearly. Do not try to control this into being. You do not need to camp in your inbox gripping the refresh. You do not need to loiter in places that drain you, hoping to engineer a meet cute. You do not need to send 5 follow-ups when silence is confirmation to pause. Your assignment is recognition and response, not chase and compulsion. When the nudge comes, move. When the door swings, step. When peace fills the room, let your yes be simple. If you feel the pressure to force what will not sit still, it is not me. It is your fear trying to play God. So keep margin in your calendar. Leave space where I can land surprises without you resenting them. Keep your essentials prepared, your clarity, your boundaries, your questions, so spontaneity does not shake your core. Jot down what repeats so you don't gaslight your own discernment. Stay present to the room you are in. The right conversation can happen while you are buying fruit or waiting for your coffee. The angels are coordinating intersections you cannot schedule. Your peace is the signal that allows them to guide you without resistance. And now, because recognition requires tools and not just hope, stay with me as I place a clear checklist in your hands. I will show you how protection feels like peace after disappointment, how to separate the right time from the impulsive time, and how to let peace, not panic, be your proof so you do not mistake a loud counterfeit for a quiet yes. My child, stay with me until the very end, because this is the clarity I promise to place in your hands. Hear me, protection is not punishment in slow motion. Punishment drains hope, shames you, and leaves you smaller than before. Protection preserves you, redirects you, and returns you to yourself with more light in your eyes. What felt like a painful delay was me, standing between you and a counterfeit outcome. Now that alignment is complete, I am giving you a discernment checklist so you never confuse panic with my peace again. Protection always leads you toward peace, not panic. Use peace as your proof. Here is how the right time sounds and feels in your spirit. Calm confidence. The inner weather stabilizes even if plans are still forming. Consistent communication. Messages match behavior over days and weeks. You don't have to pry words from a closed fist. Aligned values. Their yes honors your boundaries. Their vision respects your assignment. You don't have to dim to be kept. Doors open without self-betrayal. Opportunities invite your truth, not your performance. You stay honest and still move forward. There is clarity without coercion, momentum without mayhem, warmth without the burn, and your body agrees. Breath deepens, jaw softens, shoulders settle, sleep returns. This is heaven's green light. This is arrival without anxiety. Now expose the counterfeit timing so you can walk past it without apology. It comes dressed as urgency. Decide now or lose me, though true love and right work are never allergic to your pause. It prefers secrecy, hiding, compartmentalizing, avoiding daylight, while telling you that privacy is maturity. It moves hot and cold, intensity followed by absence, training your nervous system to chase. It pressures choices, change your boundary for my comfort, spend what you don't have, skip peace to prove loyalty. It repeats old wounds in a new outfit, same ache, different face, same confusion, upgraded vocabulary. When it knocks, your body tells you first. Breath shortens, chest tightens, thoughts race, sleep thins. If you must betray yourself to keep it, it is not me. Trust what I rebuilt in you during the delay. Your yes has been purified. You used to confuse adrenaline with alignment. Now your spirit recognizes safety as the signal. Listen to your restored intuition. When peace sits in the center and remains after the conversation ends, you are being protected while advanced. When panic storms your mind and demands you hurry, you are being baited into relapse. Peace is your proof. Read that again. Peace is your proof. Use these simple tests to anchor discernment in your daily life. The sleep test. After the call or the meeting, can you rest without obsessive replay? The sunlight test. Does this connection or opportunity survive open windows? Honest questions, real schedules, trusted counsel, or does it wilt when seen? The silence test. Can you pause without punishment, or does the other side weaponize quiet to control you? The stewardship test. Do your priorities, health, finances, purpose, strengthen? Or do they erode under the weight of impression management? Where peace increases, proceed. Where peace depletes, decline with dignity. My precious soul, stay with me. Place your hand over your heart and agree with what I have done in you. Speak it and let the angels record it in your field. I trust the protection. I choose peace as my proof. I will not trade alignment for urgency. You have reached the seal. In the next breath, I will decree the turning point over you. Final words that close the old cycle and open the door you are now ready to walk through. Do not drift. The decree is next. My child, hear me and let your whole body agree. This is the turning point. You were not denied. You were defended. You were not late. You were kept. I stood between you and a counterfeit conclusion that would have celebrated you in the spotlight while starving you in the shadows. I paused your timeline, not to punish you, but to preserve you until the hour when your spirit, your boundaries, and your breath could hold what your heart has asked me for. The waiting that felt like loss was me removing the trap from the gift. The detours that embarrassed you were exits from unmarked dangers. And now the divine timer has switched. You are not behind. You are aligned. And it is time. Receive this identity and do not trade it for anyone's impatience. You are chosen. You are prepared. You are ready to receive without self-abandonment. Your yes is clean. Your no has authority. Your peace is not fragile. It is reinforced. You do not need to shrink to be accepted or rush to be chosen. You do not need to over-explain your discernment. You are permitted to move at the speed of wisdom. You are free to choose only what chooses your wholeness back. This is the seal I lay on you now. You will not betray yourself to keep what I am giving you, and you will not be pressured out of what is yours. Stay responsive to my nudges and unresponsive to panic. Stay discerning when nostalgia knocks and present when favor calls your name. Walk forward softly and surely. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You are stepping into a corridor already prepared for your feet. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you walk into it with peace as your compass and discernment as your guardrail. The angels are arranging intersections you do not need to manufacture. Your part is recognition and a simple yes. Seal this in your field with an act of faith. Do not hesitate. Anchor the decree in writing and witness. Subscribe, like, and share as a declaration that you are aligning your attention with what heaven is releasing, and then write it out clearly, on paper, in your notes, even here as your public faith mark. My delay was protection. The right time has arrived. I will recognize what is for me. Speak it once more with your hand over your heart and feel how your breath agrees. This is your closing and your beginning. The era of confusion is ending. The era of arrival has begun. You are not late. You are right on time for what was always yours. Walk now with peaceful authority. Expect alignment to answer you. Expect doors to respond to your knock with clarity and calm. Expect your body to tell you the truth and your spirit to confirm it. You are not behind. You are aligned, and it is time.